What's going on, Star Citizen fans? It's your boy Raptor Spiritus, and I am back with another one. So today we are going to go over the PU monthly report, and it's a pretty lengthy one, so we'll see what they have to say. Now, as always, of course, you guys know I typically tend to skip over the AI stuff and some of the other things and get straight to the ship stuff because that's where the juicy stuff is for me. So, and of course, if you'd like to, I'll make sure to link the monthly report in my description so you can go back and read most of the stuff for yourself that I do not go over. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it and see what's popping. All right. So the one feature I did like was this right here. For the AI features and tech, time was then dedicated to the flight AI, with the team working to improve air to ground combat. That sounds pretty freaking cool, where I guess AI flight models are gonna start shooting at us on the ground, which would make for uses of ground vehicles a little bit more fun. I don't know. For example, when targets are moving planet side, such as the player, a turret, or ground vehicles, they also began improving other mechanics such as making jousting faster and more intense, close distance strafing and direction changes more prevalent, and providing better tactic selection and transitions. Fleeing and chasing are being improved too, alongside formation interceptions. That sounds really cool. That I'm always about the AI being a challenge, right? We don't want things that are super easy and it just kind of makes the game boring. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm definitely looking forward to the portion where they're doing improve air to ground combat. So I'm curious about what that's going to be about, because you know, we have all these ground vehicles. If you're in a ground vehicle, you should be, if there's, you know, air units, you should be chased by them. You know, they should be trying to get you. I mean, that is my opinion. So I'm looking forward to it. I think that'll be a great addition to the AI tech. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that, and especially seeing more I don't want to say I want it to be super difficult, but at least again makes the AI a challenge, not just by them outnumbering you, but you know, just again seeing a little bit more intense flying, I guess you could say. So I'm looking forward to that. And then as we get down to character art, let's see, the character art team spent April developing a new armor set and in-game rewards. They also continue to support the Starware initiative and polished projects for Alpha 4.8. I'm all about Starware. I cannot wait till it works. I'm here for it. Mixing clothing with armor, you know, being able to wear hooded things with helmets and things like I'm all about it. I love variety. I love people having a sense of identity with their character / avatar in the game. I'm all about it. And we're getting another armor set, which is great. They can never have too many armor sets, in my opinion, because the more armor sets there are, the more variety there is to change, you know, to interchange them and to make your own type of armor. You know what I mean? So here we go, get into where the juicy stuff is. In the UK, the ship's team progressed with the Drake Ironclad and Ironclad Assault. Both passed their Lot 0 review and moved into the final phase. The command module was also implemented, which can be seen in the PTU on the Caliper, which we've all already got to witness. It was pretty rough at first because it was detaching randomly, but I digress. It's still a very cool concept that they've brought to life. And I don't know if you guys realize this, but that right there with the command module docking and undocking from the Caterpillar and then the soon Ironclad is the mechanics that are going to be used for docking and undocking ships together. And also for, I think it's the Endeavor that has the main command area that will separate from the body of the ship that has all the different modular places for doing like scientific stuff or whatever. So that mechanic is just one thing down that will make getting like the Endeavor out faster. I do believe it's the right one. You guys know what I'm talking about. I believe it's the Endeavor, just to make sure. So I'm excited to hear about that. You know, of course, we've seen it in PTU, so, and it's gonna be here in a week, guys. Cannot wait for that Ironclad to come through. All right, so Progress continued on other Defense Con ships. The Miss Starlight passed its Lot Zero review and had multiple play tests alongside revisions to its gameplay loop, ensuring it's fit for purpose ahead of its final gate review, which is important because I get that CIG is definitely trying to make ships that have a purpose in the game and a game loop to play, which is why they're introducing refueling missions. So we will be seeing that in 4.8 also. The Drake Pitbull has its final review scheduled for early May, which is already done, with the team moving on to bug fixing, while further team members moved on to the Origin M80, which I'm super excited about, to prepare it for its Lot Zero and final gate review in early May, which is right like now. So can't wait for that. An unannounced ship passed its Lot Zero review and is due to have its final review in early May. QA began testing ships, fixed sorted minor issues, and downstream teams finalized some of the bespoke VFX and SFX for the ship. I'm super excited for that. Whatever that is, I'm here for it. Now, moving right along, we see this picture though. I can already tell you this is a Gattac ship. I can already tell you off the rip. This is Gattac, like their form, whatever you want to call it. Beyond Defense Con ships, the Gattac Raylan moved toward its gray box review, with the team making sure all areas of the ship are brought to the same high standard. A second unannounced ship continued through white box, with more devs joining the project to help block out the interior. So whatever that unannounced ship is, it's going through white box, so it's making its way through. Can't wait to see it. Apparently maybe we're supposed to get it. I know a ship's supposed to be for Alien Week, supposed to get another Gattac ship, which I cannot wait for. I'm super excited about that. As I said with the Raylan, it's probably not something I'm gonna get just because unless the Hull B, like the Hull B, let me rephrase that, has guns, right? So the Hull B has I think 2 size 3s at the bottom of it that the pilot can use, and then a turret that the co-pilot can use. At minimum, if the Gattac Raylan had 2 size 3 weapons for the pilot, and then the rest are remote or manned turrets by the crew, then I would probably get the Gattac Raylan. But if I have no weapons for the pilot except for missiles, I'm probably not going to grab it. At least I say that right now until I see it, and then I'll probably fall in love and be like, oh my god, because you know I am an alien whore right after a Drake whore. So we'll see what happens. But in North America, the ship's team continued to move an unannounced vehicle towards its gray box gate review in early May. So this is where I'm a little. So I'm curious about what that is. So that means we're getting another ship. So right now it looks like we have this ship in the gray box, right? And we have this ship passing white box, and then we have this Raylan for gray. Yep, and then a second unannounced ship in white box. So we have 2 white box and 1 gray box. I mean, this year is great so far, and I'm gonna go off on a brief tangent. I'll tell you why. Number one, I love the fact that the patch sequence is every 2 months. It gives people a chance to enjoy the game instead of it buffing, changing every 30 days. That was a little harsh. I understand what they're trying to get out, but I love the fact that they're doing everything in bi-monthly stages. So 2 months every time. And then they're doing stuff like as the months go on. So like this, if you're a subscriber, you get Flare at the beginning of the month. And then at the second Tuesday of the month, you get a they have bundle packets if you want to get a bundle packet ship paint, an armor, and a weapon. They have that, which is, I love that. I love that. And then they have a patch that comes out. So you're always engaged, and it's always in anticipation for something. So there's always something for you, and you're not waiting too long to get some bit of new items or something. I love the way they're doing it this year. Way better than last year. And I love the fact that they are cranking out ships this year. Like, they're supposed to, from what I hear, supposed to have one of the best Defense Con / Invictus launch weeks that they've had in a long time. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great. I know a lot of people do not support this game, and that is fine. You know, people can feel the way they feel, but I love this game. As far as close to real looking and, you know, being able to move around your ship and stuff like that, this game beats any space game as far as I'm concerned. Sure, there's other complete space games, but, you know, not everybody wants like Starfield where the ship lands and takes off by itself and there's a cutscene. Some people like that. I'm not one of the people. I love being able to get in my ship, turn it on, and fly it, you know, up in the air, off of a planet, and up into the sky, through the atmosphere, through space. I love doing all that. I love having control over that. I love it being, you know, yes, it takes time, but it's for the realism, right? I enjoy that. So all I gotta say, if you love this game, you know, do what you want. Do not make anyone make you feel bad about you purchasing ships or you supporting the game. That's all. That's what we're doing, you know. And I believe it's going to be a full game at some point. And that's just my opinion, right? Everybody's entitled to it. So, but for what I'm getting out of it, it's worth it for me. So moving right along, and then we see this picture right here. Me and my org mate were talking about what this is. It's definitely looking like a Drake vehicle of some sort. So I'm not sure what it is. It probably is the Kraken, because there's a little post about it here. But yeah, I think it probably is something for the Kraken, which it looks great already. So let's go ahead and read it. They also progressed with the Drake Kraken having passed white box last month. The ship moved into gray box, with special attention being paid to ensuring the asset is as optimized as possible. Let's see, with special attention being paid to ensuring the asset is as optimized as possible. Okay, so that means they're trying to make it as, like, in my opinion, that I take that as they're trying to make it as perfect as they can for it to work as it's supposed to without any problems, and that's cool. With a ship this size, it's critical to ensure the time budget is being spent in the right places before it's too late. I completely agree. So, you know, managing your time correctly to make this thing come to life is very important. The team also worked on integrating some of the bridge station and man turret concept work that was highlighted in this month's subscriber jump. So if you saw any of the subscriber jump stuff, I think I did a video on it where there was this workstation that this person was in, surrounded by screens and stuff. Apparently, like, that's I thought it was a turret, but I think actually it's a navigation seat, you know, or the pilot seat or something like that, which looks very internal, which is cool, you know. So I don't know, it looks really, really industrial. It looks really great. So I'm a fan of the Kraken. Of course, it's not something I would buy, but my org mate is definitely all about it. So we'll have our first real mobile base in our org group coming next year. So stay tuned for that. And a couple of the other things that, before I continue on, I'm hoping that we'll see before next year. Suit lockers, which I saw a post where CIG stated that they're trying to retrofit it to older ships, which to me means that they have the mechanic there, but they're now trying to retrofit it to older ships to make sure all ships have it. So that I'm really excited to see. Like, I think that's a big portion of the game that they have been leaving out for too long, and it needs to be brought into the game. And The other portion obviously is with, you know, the item recovery, the different tiers. Because of course, you know, no one wants to lose armor that they worked hard for until the next patch, right? People want to be able to ensure their stuff and get their stuff back. It's fair. I know that purchase stuff like with real money will be automatically insured, but even the stuff that you is not purchased, you know, with real money, stuff that you grind it really hard to get, you want to keep those, you know. So I would definitely say that suit lockers are very, very important. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, art weapons. Last month, the weapons team put the finishing touches on the new gas tack arms plasma grenade, which is really cool. I didn't do a video on it, but I've seen it and I played with it just a couple minutes, but it is a dope grenade and basically creates this firecracker barrier of plasma shooting off randomly in this area where it explodes. So if you're like running, let's say like in the QV rock cracker station, you're getting shot at or being pursued, you toss a few of these like along some of those narrow corridors, and unless someone wants to walk through it and get, you know, ate up by plasma bursts, you have at least a little bit of a cover to escape. So I love that thing. It's super cool. They also completed and polished pass for the Ultiflex Novia crossbow, updating some of the geometry to align it with current weapon standards and ensure it lives up to expectations. Work also began on a new large caliber weapon set scheduled for later in the year, while material polish passes continued on numerous existing weapons. I love the fact that they're repolishing the materials for those to kind of bring them up a little bit up to standard. Great. And then of course this new large caliber weapon, I'm curious about what that is. That sounds horrendous. So I think that is all I have. R&D, tech, arts, VFX. Ooh. VFX worked through major tasks for 4.8, such as vehicles including the Drake Ironclad Tactical Strike Groups and the Castec Arms Plasma Grenade and Ultiflex Novia Crossbow. We also had some additional fire-related requests, which are always fun to do. VFX team, and with fire bursting out like this looks very cinematic, and I am here for it. So CIG, I think you're doing great. Yes, I think CIG could be doing better about a lot of things, but such is life, right? You know, we can always do better. Wish, you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda type joint. So yeah, so that is all. Oh, actually, I'm bugging. I almost forgot. So there's another thing I want to share with you guys. So here is the ship pipeline tracker. So here in the tracker, it just shows you through the stages, design concept, white box gate review, gray box gate review, final art, flight prep / lot 0, post flight downstream teams, and then of course it's finished. So this is, we get a little bit of what's going on for right now as of May 2026. So what was worked on, there's a mystery ship in white box that they were talking about. Here's the other white box ship that's a mystery they were talking about that is in white box gate review. And then the Kraken now has hit gray box, but it's still released for 2027. Raylan's going to be next month in June. Cannot wait for it. There's another mystery ship right here that's in gate review, possibly to be released. This might be the mystery other Gattac ship that's coming out. I hope it is, because I love Gattac. And then as far as the rest of it goes, everything else is pretty complete. Aegis Hammerhead is complete. The Tiburon is complete. The Ironclads are complete. Pitbull is complete. There's another mystery ship that's right here in the post-flight downstream. So I'm curious about what that is. So if it's this close, I'm guessing this might be another mystery ship that we don't know about that's coming up at not CitizenCon, but for DefenseCon, which would be fabulous. But you know what? It's okay. If it comes a little bit later, I'm all right. Then the Origin M80 is done. Starlight is done. This just for this month is amazing. You know, kudos to you, CIG, because the last few Invictus launch weeks have been crap. So the fact that Drake took over and they made it bigger and better and they're bringing some great stuff along with it, let's go. Now we have missing ships in action. So currently right now under white box is the RSI Galaxy. Most people speculate or what they said to CIG. This will be at the end of the year after CitizenCon, which is, I forget what it is. I forget what it's called. But you know what I'm talking about. The big event at the end of the year after CitizenCon. So that should be the big ship release for then, because they always release a big ship around then. And then in concept still, but at least on the docket, is the Pioneer base building. Which you're working on base building anyway. So I mean, if this is already in concept, I mean, I would hope that these start moving along. And then of course the Anvil Liberator, which since they have refueling and rearming and repair are going for other ships, which you've seen videos, Captain Foxy Loxy, and a lot of people have already done videos on it, where like the Carrack, you can rearm refuel in its bays, which is super cool. And then also for the Idris, I do believe, and a couple other ships, and they actually show where you can buy those materials to put on the ship, so you can do rearm, refuel, repair. So the Liberator would be, it's right there. It has everything that it needs to succeed. So I hope to see some movement on that. That's a shout out for my other Orgmate Ocean / Wolf. He's really he's being jelly about this. He really wants it, so we'll have to wait and see. But that is all I had today. So I appreciate you guys always watching my videos. It means a lot to me. As always, anything I said in the video, please, if you have any comments, if you like anything, you dislike something, you have any input, please drop it in the comments. I love you guys' comments, even if they're sometimes not always positive for some people, which is okay, because again, I welcome everybody's comments. It may not be, you know, everybody's cup of tea, but that's okay. People can comment, as long as I just ask, be respectful as always if you're gonna make something negative, which is fine. So again, I appreciate you guys. You guys help my channel grow. Like and subscribe, comment, and as always, please share my videos with people. It helps get my stuff out there. So thank you again. It's your boy Raptor Spiritus. You guys stay safe out there, and I will see you in the verse.